So far, the mangas I've highlighted in the past have mostly been of the cute and wholesome variety, but today, I'd like to try something a little different. The series that I'll be introducing in this video take a more reflective outlook on romance, often incorporating elements of drama and serious themes. When done well, this deeper introspection into characters and their relationships gives an entirely different but equally rewarding appeal to the romance genre. Without further ado, here are 6 manga focusing on the more serious side of romance. Number 1. Hige Soru. To ease us into this list, we have Hige Soru, a series that has the elements of heartwarming romance found in my usual recommendations, but also engages in heavier themes and content. We first meet our protagonist Yoshida, drowning his sorrows after being rejected by his co-worker Goto. On his way home, Yoshida happens upon Sayu, a high school girl who ran away from home. With nowhere to go, Sayu asks Yoshida to let her stay with him, offering her body in return. Even drunk, Yoshida rejects her advances, but allows her to stay with him anyway. The series follows their journey as they begin living together, with Yoshida attempting to provide Sayu a semblance of normal life. While Hige Soru at first glance may appear a more light-hearted read, it provides serious insights about the loss of innocence and self-worth. Just as Sayu hides her painful past behind a cheerful exterior, this manga also displays duality. It transitions effectively from lighter developments that you would expect from a rom-com to contemplative moments that explore the tragic experiences that Sayu has accumulated, resulting in a warped sense of values that Yoshida tries to rehabilitate. Hige Soru succeeds in balancing optimistic and cynical elements, making for a compelling read that gets you invested in Yoshida and Sayu's relationship. With just under 25 chapters out as of the recording of this video, this ongoing series is one that I highly encourage you to check out, especially if you're looking for a narrative that tackles serious themes but blends them with heartwarming and positive elements. An anime adaptation is also scheduled to air in spring 2021, which is pretty soon. I sincerely hope they adapt this story well, as I believe this series deserves wider recognition. Number 2. Mona Lisa. In the world of Mona Lisa, a person decides their gender at the onset of puberty, and their bodies gradually change to accommodate this decision. However, at the age of 18, our protagonist Arima Hinase still lacks a gender. As the manga progresses, we see Hinase's unease and uncertainty as their body requires a decision soon, and matters are only complicated when both of their childhood friends, one male and one female, confess their love to Hinase. While the idea of having to choose between being male and female isn't something unheard of, Mona Lisa is the only manga I've seen so far that takes a far more serious approach towards the issue. Hinase is plagued by doubt and confusion towards his first encounters with romance, and the severity of having to decide between one gender and the other is not understated. Despite the early stage of the manga, the two love interests, Takayama Shiori and Kagaritsu, get significant development, setting a strong precedent for something definitely needed in a well-executed love triangle. I absolutely adore the art in this manga, and Yoshimura-sensei's use of the occasional splash of color is one of the most unique motifs I've seen in manga for a long time. Hinase's excellent androgynous character design is vital to the manga, and I think the author nails the designs for the other characters as well. Mona Lisa is still ongoing, and even though it has less than 20 chapters out right now, I think it has the potential to be a strong and distinctive execution of an interesting concept. Number 3. 3 Days of Happiness. Next, we have what is probably the most well-known series on this list, 3 Days of Happiness. The protagonist, Kusunoki, is a college dropout helplessly trapped in poverty, who visits a pawn shop that deals with the only commodity he has left, time. At a meager 10,000 yen a year, he trades 30 years of his life away, leaving him with just 3 months to live. The manga follows him as he attempts to find meaning in the short amount of time he has left, accompanied by his observer, Miyagi. Being ranked 34th in the top manga of all time on my anime list, this series deserves the praise that it receives. 3 Days of Happiness explores the worth of a human life and the pursuit of meaning that accompanies it. Unlike many other series that involve protagonists with limited lifespans, this manga is steeped in melancholy. Kusunoki's actions depict the lethargy of a man doomed to die, knowing that his life was destined to be close to worthless. Yet as the manga progresses, Kusunoki and Miyagi's interactions and relationship begin to reveal the true value of even just a dozen weeks of human life. Miyami Suguru's art style suits the somber content of the manga and is highly capable of poignant scenes, contributing towards the series' tonal atmosphere. Completed in less than 20 chapters, Jumyou or Kaitotte Moratta is a short but gripping read, so I highly recommend it if you're looking for a compelling story and have a couple of hours. Number 4. Meguro-san. Meguro-san tells the story of Koga and the titular character, the classic pairing of a loner guy and a popular girl. After admiring from a distance for a long time, Koga confesses to Meguro, and to his surprise, Meguro agrees without batting an eye. However, with Meguro's notoriety for sleeping around, their relationship is bound to have some complications. Unlike many other mangas that are founded upon this premise, Meguro-san doesn't depict the gyaru as a misunderstood but outgoing nice girl. Instead, Meguro truly does live up to the unsavory rumors that surround her, because she neither understands nor believes in romantic ideals. The series explores the importance of treasuring a relationship, delving into Meguro's past to reveal the experiences that led her to a current outlook on romance. This is juxtaposed against Koga's approach to his first love, and therein lies the wholesome and gentle charm of the manga. Koga slowly breaking down Meguro's pessimism and apathy towards romance by showing her how she ought to be treated. Meguro-san wa hajimete janai is still ongoing, but has a significant number of chapters out, just under 40 at the time of recording. If you're looking for a wholesome romance that has a more serious tone than others I've previously recommended, I strongly recommend that you try it out. Number 5. Kimi no Iru Machi and Half and Half. For this entry, I've picked my two favorite works of Seiyuu Koji, seeing as they both qualify nicely for this list. Firstly, we have Kimi no Iru Machi, which tells the story of Kirishima Haruto, who has his life turned upside down by the sudden appearance of Yuzuki Eba. As Yuzuki continues to live with Haruto's family, Haruto gradually warms up to her, but still has feelings for his childhood friend Kanzaki Nanami. The interactions only get more complicated as Yuzuki confesses to Haruto. Follow along as the series brings you for a wild ride, as Haruto navigates through different stages of life and the multiple new relationships that it brings. Half and Half, on the other hand, is a much shorter and more direct story. Slightly similar to 3 Days of Happiness, the characters in this manga only have a few days to live. Both our protagonists, Shinichi Nagakawa and Yuzuki Sanada, died in an accident together, but are granted another 7 days to live. Here's the catch. At the end of the week, one of them will die again. And during their time together, they have to share both emotional and physical sensations. As the manga draws closer to completion, discover how their relationship develops, and how they solve the debilitating dilemma that awaits them. Both these series feature Seiyuu Koji's strong suit, his brilliant writing. In stark contrast to mainstream shoujo romance dramas, Seiyuu Koji's romance manga are far more direct, favoring inter-character conflict to flesh out characters. This style succeeds in generating strong emotional investment from equally strong character motivations, making both Kimi no Iru Machi and Half and Half compelling reads. While the art of these works are slightly dated, I still think that Seiyuu Koji pulls off some beautifully aesthetic panels, and his character designs have always been great. With over 250 chapters, if you want something to really sink your teeth into, Kimi no Iru Machi is what you're looking for. It takes you on an extended journey where you can dive deep into the dynamic characters found within, as you follow their coming-of-age stories. On the other hand, Half and Half with its tiny cast of characters is perfect for a quick, satisfying read if you have less time to invest. I wholeheartedly encourage you to give both a try. Number 6. Mata Kataomou. Finally, we have Mata Kataomou, which roughly translates into Again, Unrequited Love. Our protagonist, Kyosei Shiho, finally agrees to go out with Nogata Tsukasa after years of playful confessions. However, just when it looks like their relationship is developing, disaster strikes. Nogata passes away in an accident. Kiyose is rendered numb by the shock, and out of desperation asks a strange woman to grant her wish of seeing Nogata again. When she wakes up, Nogata is still alive, but her existence has been replaced by another girl entirely. Mata Kataomou's setting of alternate timelines lays the groundwork for some excellent drama between its main cast, aided by good dialogue and character writing. This makes for some intense moments of conflict and takes you on a roller coaster of emotions as you sympathize with Kiyose trying to make sense of the circumstances she finds herself in. While I do think that the manga suffers from trying to do too much within too short of a time frame, I think that the execution of the manga's concept is well done, even if the final resolution wasn't something that I wholeheartedly agreed with. If you're looking for a manga that's short, sweet, and to the point, I recommend Mata Kataomou with its mere 19 chapters. Despite its flaws, I believe that you'll be pleasantly surprised by the impactful scenes the series manages to deliver. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed and managed to find a series that interested you from the list. Heartwarming and wholesome romance stories are definitely still some of my favorites, but I think it's worthwhile taking a look at some of the more serious narratives told in this genre as well. As always, please leave a comment down below if there are any series that you think I've missed out, and like the video if you did. Please subscribe if you're interested in more weeby related content, and once again, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.